Hi there, Karen here. Today I'm scrapbooking this photo of my younger daughter and her boyfriend using this hexagon paper from Paige Take Me Away, which is part of my December hit kit. The hexagon paper is quite busy, so I've die cut some hexagons, picked out the red colour from the backing paper, and I'm just arranging it in a sort of corner feature, which I thought would look good in the corner there. And create a bit of interest. So there we are. The hexagons are all in place. I've got arranged them the way I like them, and I've cut out some smaller ones in the silver and mint paper that also came in the hip kit. And I'm just lining them across the edge there, though they won't actually stay there. This has just been placed and it hasn't been stuck down yet, so I'm just living with it a bit to see if I like the way it looks. In the meantime, I'm backing my photograph with more of that paper, but the back of the silver dot paper is just plain, which is just right, just to kind of sit behind the photograph. And behind that, I'm going to do some more red. I've used some red tissue paper for backing because there isn't any more red in the kit. And I really wanted to stick with these two colours. As there's so many colours in the backing paper, I didn't want to pick out too many of them because I thought it would just look too busy. So I'm just picking out the red and the mint for my backing, and using the tissue paper in those two colours, because that will keep it a little simpler. I didn't want to do too many layers, just enough to kind of to back the photograph and make it stand out from the paper. So I'm just sticking the photo down with the double-sided onto the cardstock, and then stick that to the red tissue. And after the red tissue, there'll be another layer of the minty tissue that you can see sitting at the side there, which actually comes, all our hip kits come wrapped in that tissue paper, and I do use it a lot. It's a lovely colour and it's very handy for backing photographs with. And there it is. It's just a little border behind there of the minty colour. And now when you think there can't possibly be any more hexagons on this page, I'm cutting some more because I think it would be quite nice to balance the top left corner with a small arrangement in the bottom right corner, just to balance it out. So I'm just cutting 3 more of the large hexagons with my little scissors sidekick, which is very handy for just doing these little shapes. So there are 3 different sizes of hexagon in that little pack, and this is the biggest one. I'm just doing 3 more red ones. And then I'm going to do some more of the silver spot paper with the next size down, as you see there. Just doing some of those as well. And then they're going to all be stuck on in a few moments. So there we are. I've cut them all out. And there I'm just packing away. Just to keep it all tidy, packing away my dies, and then I'm going to stick them all down. So I'm going to stick those in the bottom right hand corner, as you see, just a small arrangement as a balance to the quite large arrangement in the other corner. So just fiddling around for some time trying to get them all to fit. And I'm going to stick I've decided that the minty ones, not going down the edge, they're going to sit on top of the other hexagons. I think it looks a bit better like that to my eye. And there we are, all stuck down. Well, the photo's not stuck down, but the corners are. And I'm just going to back the photo with some fun foam or funky foam, whatever you like to call it. And just cut it too big, of course, because I wasn't watching what I was doing. So I have to trim it down a little bit more, make it fit. There we are, and then I shall stick that on with some more double-sided tape. I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. There we go, all stuck on. And there it is. And it all there's a little bit of that silver dot card just at the top of the photo, and it just kind of carries the whole thing down across the page. And then I've just found a couple of little die cuts that were from the Amy Tan collection from last year, and I thought the colours went really well, and I quite like that owl there because she looks like she's looking across at them and saying, "You daft pair, what on earth are you pulling those faces for?" I don't know, it's just got a look in her eye, and she looks like she's looking up at them saying, "What are you doing?" So under that photograph, I should have done this before I stuck down the photograph, but I didn't think of it until it was too late. So now I made life difficult for myself because I'm having to tuck it under as I go, but I'm going to make a little frill with more of that red tissue under the photo. And so I've put some tape, some sticky tape runner down across the just under the photo, and then I'm just going along, folding and tucking, just as I go along, just to make a little frill. And of course I don't have quite enough tissue to go all the way across, so almost finish, and yep, not quite enough, so I need to get another piece, which I cut, not quite, but it's not the right size, so I'll stick that down underneath as well. So until I've got it right to the end, stick that down, trim it off, and there we go. Now I can see it's not the same length, so I've had to trim it off, and as you can see, it's not really straight, but I don't notice that straight away, so I do sort it out after I stop filming. I go back and trim that bottom edge so that it's all straight and doesn't look so wiggly as it does there. And it looked a little bit untidy on the top, so I've picked out this bit of heart washi tape, and I'm just sticking down the top edge where it's a little bit untidy looking at the because I couldn't get it quite far enough under the photograph not to look a bit untidy. So stuck down that bit of washi, and that just finishes it off and gives it an edge. And now I'm going to commit to these die cuts by sticking them down using a bit of wet glue on the acetate piece, just putting the glue on the darker areas, and that just says totally fun, because those two do have a lot of fun together. And put my owl on, and I'm just going to raise it up on some foam there, so that it tucks across the top of the photograph, because that's now a little bit too high with it being on the funky foam. So I've just put a little bit of extra foam on the owl die cut, so it'll just sit on that corner. And that's it, it's just sitting there. So now it just needs a little bit of tape, and that's it. Take off the backing, and away we go. Stick her on, and there she is, giving them a look. And now thinking about my title, and I want to use the word crazy from that sheet, but I wasn't sure how it would look, so I just popped it on some wax paper, just that I can kind of hold it in place and see whether I like it there or not, because I'm not sure how well it'll show up. And I'm thinking about it, and I think, no, it doesn't really work. It's too light, and the busy background sort of dominates it a bit. So I'm going to use something else, and I've just found another little couple of die cuts in the red, or sort of pinky red. So I thought I'll just tuck those in. It just gives a couple of little areas of interest around the photograph, and that just says selfie, because this is a selfie that they're taking. And I decided to call it Crazy But Cute, because that's what they are. Crazy pair, but dead cute, especially when they're together. And I've stuck on a couple more die cuts: smiles and hugs, love and laughs. I will actually remove those later on, because I decide they just make the whole thing a bit too busy, but I don't really notice it straight away. So they will come off, and then there's a little flare badge called Holiday Fun, because they're on holiday, in the corner of the photo there. And now I'm doing a tag that I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on. Doesn't need a lot to be said about the photograph, but I always like to put a date, and I'm just going to put a few words about the photograph. But first of all, I've taken my Zig pen in a teal colour, because those hearts are actually in a teal. They're cut from an Amy Tan page where there were lots and lots of tags in different colours, all sort of hand drawn. So that one was drawn in teal, so it kind of went well with the papers, with the layout. So I've edged it, and now I'm writing on there about them being the king and queen of the selfie, because they do love to take a selfie, these two, and the place and date that it was taken. And that's just writing that down there. And then I got that other tag out, that green one, with the idea that I'm going to back it on, back the journaling tag onto it, but the colour's not right, and the words are standing out. So I found another one. The colour's better, but obviously it's much too big. So I need to cut it down. So I found my old tag template sheet, which has got all different shapes and sizes of tags on it, which I've used a lot over the years. And I'm going to draw around that to create a backing tag for my journaling tag. So there we are, just drawing around it. And I'm going to, yep, it does fit. And it'll just go around nicely. So I'm just finishing off drawing, making sure it fits around the other tag, and cut around it. And then I'm going to get some twine, some baker's twine in a tealy colour, and attach that to the two tags together. And then I will just stick the top one to the bottom one at a slight angle, so that it just gives it a nice little bit of backing, and the colour just works really well with the backing paper. Now I'm going to go back to my title and stick that down, and I've decided Crazy But Cute works for me. So I'm now going to stick it all down, and they're the letters from the kit, the thickers from the kit, which are called Charming. And the cute comes from a Maggie Holmes sheet from one of her collections, and I can't remember which one, I'm sorry. And then these little black foam stickers for my stash, just to say but. Crazy But Cute. And I'm going to stick the last few bits down, and I'll call it done. And even though I'm sticking those down, I will take them off afterwards, and you'll see in the still photographs afterwards that I have removed that and I've tidied up the frill. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.